Recently, there have been a few articles about the residential school situation, exposing the truth. And virtually every interest group and elected politician in Canada has come out and said, well, that's a lie. And yet, the author, Terry Glavin from The Post, is saying, well, it's the truth. We do not know anything about the numbers of students and children who were killed, who were mistreated. Many, many were. But to say there was tens of thousands, even Indigenous leaders saying they're embarrassed by that, that's not the case. Mainstream media picked it up, though, and sailed with it around the world. Michael Diamond is a strategist, a smart guy, and he understands media and politics, and he joins me right now because I want to put the question to you. It's seeming now that when you look back at all the stories over the last year, many of them were false. They were just not tempered. They didn't have the right facts as to the residential school mess, and it was a mess. But the media made it worse.
Well, it was a travesty. It wasn't a mess.
Yes,
but I think if we take a step back, it's understandable that the media coverage couldn't be accurate because of how much we purposely do not know as a country and of our history. So I think that's the first step. I think absolutely we need to have a proper accounting of what happened, and one death and one case of abuse is too many. But reporting numbers that are fictitious does not get us anywhere. But we do need to have a full national efforts to understand what happened, what we lost, and who was responsible.
Why can't we have that? Instead of, we have some Indigenous leaders saying, there were maybe a few there, but there were not 300. And then we have people across Canada saying, there were 300 here and 400 here, and the Prime Minister is on bended knee with a teddy bear, maudlin. But so why don't we do exactly what you said and have an evidence-based inquiry?
Look, it's absolutely important. Look, we've had inquiries, and we had the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and
ignored for 5 years,
and a lot of it was ignored, and some good have come out of some of these previous efforts, and the provinces have done some things also. More is absolutely needed to be done. But why is media doing this? Well, look, it's not any different than when CNN decides to create theme music for a jet line crash and do 24-hour round-the-clock coverage. It's sensationalism. It's what media does. It's what causes clicks.
That's not the truth. What came across as Canada's got this huge black eye around the world because our Prime Minister and others went around saying, there's thousands of people who were killed, murdered.
Yeah, look, I think it's just as deplorable that we actually don't that any of it occurred, deplorable. That we don't know what fully occurred, yes. Completely deplorable. But yes, if you're going to report, let's report on the truth, and let's report because it's an equally deplorable story that we don't actually know what our country did to these children.
Find out.
So let's find out.
Absolutely. Find out.
And that's important. It's important to the families. It's important to the communities. It's important to all Canadians.
Let's get down to it. Thanks, Michael. 3 minutes.